Welcome to the Hexagon Challenge. This is a game that can be played in various topics at different levels. Let's start with the basic level and click New Game. This is a two-player game. It can be played as a competition between two teams or two individual players. We're going to make a few moves, and then we'll explain the goal of the game. Let's click Get New Random Sum for the red player. The sum is 3, so the player must mark two adjacent hexagons where their sum is 3. So the student can choose 2 and 1. Now the blue player. They got 4, so let's say this student chooses 3 and 1. The goal of the game is to create a sequence of your color from top to bottom or from left to right. Let's make another move for the red player with that in mind. Get random sum. So the sum is 6. One good move for the red player could be to continue the sequence and mark 4 and 2. But remember, you don't only want to advance your own sequence. You also want to block the other player. So this 2 and 4 might be better. So let's choose this 2 and 4. So we see the game practices math. In this case, very basic addition. And according to the student's level, they can apply strategy and think not only of advancing their sequence, but also blocking the other player's sequence. And of course, there's also luck. The blue player. The blue player got 8, so he or she can try to get around this block and also block the red player. So now the question is, who will get the 5 first? Red player. They got the 5. Okay, so the red player can mark here 4 and 1. Now the blue player, 9. Now they can try to block the red player here, 5 and 4, and also advance the sequence, maybe from right to left. Now the red player really wants to get a 10. Let's see. This is crazy. They got the 10. The game really is random. This was not planned. Okay, so 10. Now the red player has a real advantage. See, all of these blue marks are now useless. Now the blue player, 7. So the blue player can mark 5 and 2, maybe block off over here. Now the red player can win with a 9 or a 7. 4. So the player can branch off this way. So you can also win with an 8 or a 6. Blue player, 6. So the blue player can continue here. And the red player, they could win 7 or 9, 6. So they can mark 2 and 4. And notice, they're connected to the top. So connecting this will also bring the victory. Blue player, 10. They can make a small advancement here, 5 and 5. This allows them to make another connection to the bottom. So the goal of the player will be to make a connection from the top to the bottom. And the red player got a 7 and 1. Now that we understand the structure of the game, we'll see the other levels it can be played at. So we'll click Change Game. We're in whole number addition. The maximum number on the board was 5. Let's change it to an 8. New game. Get random sum. And we see this is exactly the same game, but with larger numbers. Let's click Change Game and move to multiplication. New game. So here's the same idea, of course, but now we have the random product instead of sum. So we click here, and we have 64. So we need 8 and 8, so the product will be 64. Again, 64. 35. I'm just marking some random hexagons here. So we can use this game to practice the multiplication table. Again, you can conduct this game in class as a competition between two teams. In each turn, one of the students of each team gives the next move, or they can have a discussion and decide together. And if there are computers available, each pair of students can play the game with one computer. Change game, and the last topic is fractions, fraction addition. Here we can choose the denominator, for example, 3. Click New Game, and now the game deals with adding fractions. Let's click New Random Sum. Okay, 2 and a third. So that could be 1 and 1 and a third, or 1 and 2/3 plus 2/3. So the more additions the students know, the more possible moves that they will see. So they have the motivation to find out all the possible ways of getting 2 and a third on this board. Now, the same is true, of course, for the addition with whole numbers. For example, 10 is the sum of 5 and 5, or 6 and 4, and so on. So that's it. This is a very popular game, and we hope you and your students enjoy this in class. Thank you for watching.